Hey, this is Joe from the Cell Phone Geek. Hey, today we're going to talk about the Retina display in the MacBook Pro. We're going to show here, got the thermal mapping, which is what this picture is here. I found this article on cultofmac.com. I'll put the link in the description down below the video here, so you can come here and check this out. I did not write this article. It was written by John Brownlee on June 25th of 2012, as it says right here. This article talks real quick. It talks about the new MacBook Pro, how it is a lot cooler than the previous MacBooks from Apple, just because of the solid-state hard drive, which is the hard drive that does not have any moving parts, unlike the older laptop hard drives where there's the hard drive spins, as most computers still have. And also with the new screen on the MacBook Pros, the screen is a Retina display, so it doesn't produce a lot of heat like LCDs do, or plasma, or LED. LED makes makes the least amount of heat out of LCD and plasma. Plasma makes the most heat. Then it goes to LCD, which makes a little less heat. LED makes a little less heat than that, and then the Retina is the least amount of heat currently. And you can purchase any of those types of screens on your laptops. But on this new MacBook Pro, they have the Retina display, so it uses the least amount of heat. So if you look in this picture, they show you the temperature here in Celsius. A Japanese site called IT Media, they were curious and wanted to see what the temperature was. So they turn the MacBook Pro on and put it into sleep mode. So they just took it and put it and closed the lid, and they hit it with the thermal mapping machine, which is basically just a camera. It's got heat vision. It showed that the laptop was cool at 30.3 degrees Celsius, which is actually good for a computer to be running at that temperature. And then what they did is they went and they ran a movie through QuickTime for 15 minutes, and then they put the camera on it again to see what the temperature was, and it was 35.1 degrees Celsius. So the temperature went up by about 5 degrees Celsius just from viewing a movie for 15 minutes. That's because of the hard drive was being used, and it was in sleep mode, and also the screen was then blanked out, because when the computer goes into sleep mode, the screen blanks out to just, it shuts off, basically. So the screen was on for 15 minutes here, so the pixels and everything were lit up. So it caused a little bit of heat there. Then they went ahead and they ran some programs that use a lot of CPU usage, which also would heat up the computer, your CPU and the GPU, which is the processor of the computer, and the GPU is the graphics processor unit. So they went ahead and they ran, let's see if they tell you what they ran here. They ran the Cinebench and other CPU challenging apps, and then they hit with the gun, and the temperature reached 48.2 degrees Celsius. So from the original cool point of 30 degrees Celsius to the 48, it went about 18 degrees Celsius. And then compared to the movie time, it went from 35 degrees Celsius to 48 degrees Celsius. So it went up by 13 degrees Celsius just by running some programs that uses a lot of resources, which would be like using most of your RAM and also your processor, which is your CPU. So that's pretty good for being a laptop. But they also say that the fans kicked on, let me see here. The fans in the sleep mode run at 30 decibels, and then when the computer was heated up and the CPU was being used a lot more for these higher applications, the decibels of the fan kicked up to 46 decibels. So that's pretty good to, those kick on to cool off your processor and your graphics card, which is the GPU, because you don't want those to overheat, because if those overheat, your computer will just shut off. So those kick on, and they say that once it hits about 48 degrees Celsius, that's when a person would take the laptop off of their lap and place it onto a desk, because it's a little too hot for your legs. It's hotter than you, so it's uncomfortable. But if you're just doing basic web surfing or checking your email, you should be alright. Or even watching a movie, it doesn't get that hot according to this article here. But when you're doing some heavy lifting or where it puts a lot of strain on your computer or using a lot of resources, then your laptop will heat up quite a bit, and then it's probably most likely you're going to be taking your laptop and putting it onto a desk or putting it on something else because it's too warm for your legs. And that was it from Cult of Mac, and the Retina MacBook Pro gets thermal maps by John Brownlee. Thank you for watching. I'll put the link in the description below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and there'll be more to come.